So hey, I want to thank you guys for responding to some of the DMs on our Insta story, which we can feature. So what's gonna happen is gonna be a change of format. I have decided that the feedbacks, the questions and answers will be in a special episode of to 433 shootout instead. So if you're going through the video libraries, if you want to look for some of your questions, go ahead and click on 433 shootout if you want to see, if you want to listen to what I have responded to some of your questions. Right, so today is gonna be a brand new start for 433 shootout. We're gonna feature this a lot. It's gonna be only a Q&As, so to speak, to our podcast. All right. This week we don't have much question, surprisingly, because we are on the business end of the season. But very interesting ones that I have picked out. The first one is I didn't feature this on our episode 20. The fuck, bro? Your prediction for Europa League between Man United and Villarreal? Yes, I did realize that, and I saw your DMs as well. Simply just because that I feel like Villarreal has more stranglehold. We are talking about a team who beat Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid in La Liga easily. If you watch that game, the thing is, I don't just watch the Premier League. I watch the Bundesliga, I watch La Liga, even the small games though. Like, I watch it just for fun, because you never know when transfer window comes in, certain teams want to buy these players as why, so it's a very interesting. I know I'm doing a football podcast, but I'm doing it as a fan as well. So I like to see some of these small players, we call it, because they're playing in a small club. They are not recognized, they're not heavily marketed by the league as well. Those kind of players are the ones that is that will be going through their journey to try to make a living out of. These type of players I want to see, and Villarreal has players like that. With Mano Trigueros is their key players. They have Francisco Clan as well. Remember him? He's a former Arsenal player. So we were looking at that, but you know what though? I am really surprised that it ends up at 0-0. I'm really surprised. I actually, when I predicted Villarreal, I predicted that maybe they can, score against Arsenal, and when they get a hit of 2-1 at El Madrigal last week, I was like, wow, I might be wrong this time. But no, Arsenal just couldn't score. I watched the game when I was having my pre-dawn for my Ramadan. I watched the game somewhere around in the last 25 minutes. Yeah, so like I predicted, Man United and Real Madrid. Man United, of course, steamroller over Roma, even though they lose the match 3-2. It's gonna be a fascinating Europa League, I can assure you. Okay, you know what? I'll make a promise. I'll do a full review on the Europa League final between Manchester United and Villarreal, because I have not been watching a lot of Europa League this week. So yeah, maybe I need an assistance. I need another podcasters. Yeah, okay, so who's gonna win the Champions League final? You can help me, Rich. You know what though, don't place your bet on me, alright? I only call it as how I see it. Who's gonna win the Champions League final? I'm gonna go with the second heartbreak for Thomas Tuchel. I'm gonna go with Manchester City, because I think that whenever you play in a Pep Guardiola side, he can help you rest and he can help you turn up. He makes you feel important as well. So I think it's gonna be Manchester City 2-0. I know I've been saying in the past few episodes that Chelsea always keeping it tight, but it's a final. It's a totally different atmosphere. It's a neutral ground as well, and I think that it's gonna be Manchester City to win. I think that Kevin De Bruyne, I think Pep Guardiola is still gonna play with the no strikers rule, and I think Sergio Aguero is gonna feature. But Sergio Aguero's featuring in that team might be the difference. But I still think it's difficult. It's a difficult call, I have to say. This is one of the few finals that is very, very difficult to say. But it's gonna be either 2-0 or 3-1. That's for Manchester City. Alright. Hopefully that answers your question, and hopefully you all the best with your bet, man. If you're betting on a sporting events, I wouldn't do it. Would Thomas Tuchel bring PSG to the final? Oh, it's a tough one. This is a tough one as well. He did bring PSG to the final last season, but PSG's problem is not Thomas Tuchel. PSG's problem is a locker room problem. It's not a team problem, because towards the end of his tenure in PSG, the problem is within Thomas Tuchel and the board of directors of PSG, the Leonardos and guys like that, and they have no sense of interference in the football talk and whatnot. There's like rumors saying that Neymar should be granted to leave for his sister's birthday, stuff like that. I don't think it sits well with Thomas Tuchel. So I think that's the problem right there. It's not a team problem, because I think if Thomas Tuchel were still in PSG, they would probably bring PSG to the final. They would probably, yeah. But again, against the monster Manchester City and Bayern Munich, who knows, right? We might not see PSG, and Pochettino does what he can, and we are starting to see cracks right now. That he can't control the team, especially in that final few minutes against Man City. Some of these players doesn't have discipline at all, But yeah, yeah, definitely he would bring PSG to the final, because be that as it may, we may not see it a lot in the semi-finals, but there's a lot of monster talent in that team. If only they could, bring all that together. So yeah, that's the only 3 questions we have. It's I would like more Q&A so I can share with you guys. Thank you for listening to 433 Shootout. It's me, Han Saleh. Thank you and I gotta say, there's new subscribers this week, and I would like to thank them. It's on our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to us, and likes and share and feedbacks. Not to sound like a local YouTuber, but yeah, that's all the help I need. All right, and thank you to all who is responding and DMing about, especially to my podcast friends, my football podcast friends. Thank you so much for interacting with me. I love the interactions whenever we talk about football, and I love it more when we debate. Alright, this is it for episode 20. I'm sorry, the 433 Shootout, and I'll catch you soon on episode 21. It's gonna be a fascinating weekend of football this weekend. Real Madrid, Sevilla, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, the race for La Liga title, and of course the curtain call between Chelsea and Manchester City all of this week, and I'll catch you soon.